Welcome to MyProjectBazaar.com. Our project title: Swiper Exploding Virtual Machine Vulnerability in Third-Party Cloud with Compensation for I/O Resources. Our project abstract: The emerging paradigm of cloud computing. Example: Amazon Elastic Computing Cloud (EC2) promises a highly flexible, robust environment for large-scale application, ideally, while multiple virtual machines share the same physical resources. Example: CPUs, caches, DRAM, and I/O devices. Each application should be allocated to an independently managed VM and isolated from one another. Unfortunately, the absence of physical isolation inevitably opens doors to the number of secure threads. In this paper, we demonstrate in EC2 Elastic Compute Cloud 2 a new type of security vulnerability caused by computation between virtual I/O load works, that is, by leveraging the computation for shared resources. An adversary could intentionally slow down the execution of a targeted application in a VM that shares the same hardware. In particular, we focus on I/O resources such as hard drive, throughput, and/or network bandwidth, which are critical for data-intensive applications. We design and implement Swiper, a framework which uses a artful designed workload to incur significant delays on the targeted application and VM with minimum cost, that is, resource consumption. We conduct a comprehensive set of experiments in EC2 which clearly demonstrate that Swiper is capable of significantly slowing down various server applications while consuming a small amount of resources. Our data flow diagram. In this data flow diagram, it mentions that the network design form in the transmissions of file from the source to destination. In this network selection, the different kinds of networks can be plotted in it. There are many kinds of network. We can adapt any networks in it by clicking the nodes in the networks. The nodes can be, and the number of users can mention that the node networks in it. The nodes can be plotted in it to design the certain kinds of networks. After design the networks, the source and the destination can be chosen. In the source and the destination, the file can be transmitted in it. Any kind of files can be transmitted. For examples, audio files and image files, video files and text file. Most probably we use text file to transmit. For example, documents. After that, the packet selections can be done. In the packet selection, the files can be split into different packets. For example, one or more packets can be splitted. This mentioned that the file can be transmitted only in packets in networks from source to destination. After splitting the packets, the key can be generated. In the key can be generated using a certain algorithm to verify the content and the file packets. The key can be attached to the every packets to make sure that the all packets can be received to the destination. After that, the key generation can also mention the content modifications of the file. It also restricts the intruder to verify the content and also modify the contents in the file, and it also restricts the access of the files during transmissions of the data transmissions, and the Destination can be verified using the certain performance of the systems, and the source and the destination can be verified, and the intermediate node can be verified using the certain performance calculations of every transmissions of a packet from the source to destination. If there is any changes in the performance, the intruder can be identified and the notification can be sent by the original intermediate node or the destination to the servers, and the verification can be done during any packet loss in the transmissions or the intruder attack in the transmissions. And the destination can be verified using the certain performance, and the original packets can be retrieved using the destination performance in the network design. Our project demo for Swiper exploring virtual machine vulnerability in third-party cloud with computation for I/O resources. In this process, the cloud server can be used as a temporary server to store the data for during transmissions for source and the destination. Click on home.java to start our process. Right click on it. This is our home page. After running the home page, click on performance.java to measure the performance of every machine during data transmissions. Click on start. This mentions the wireless network can be connected in it. Click any of the networks. The nodes, this is the number of users in the network. Click any one of the node as a source. Click packet selection to transmit any of the files. In the file splitter, it mentioned that the packets can be transmitted from the source to destination in the network. It can be any wired or wireless networks. After that, the key generations can be done. In the key generation, the hash process can be mentioned, and it makes that the content verifications of the file during the data transmission from the source to destination of secure transmissions. This is the key attached for every files or packets during transmissions to make a secure and authenticated transmissions to the every users. And the destination node and the intermediate node can be chosen. After that, the click inode.java. This can be act as a intermediate node, and click performance.java to send the performance of the intermediate node. And start the intermediate node and connect the source to the intermediate nodes and send the file details to the intermediate nodes. After that, the file can be transmitted to the intermediate nodes. Click on basestation.java and the performance. This can be act as a server. Click receive and connect. There is some intrusion in the networks. After that, data collection, and the file can be transmitted. This shows that the network chosen and the source node selection and the source sender's IP and the file transmission. This can be act as an intermediate node and the destination node. There is an intruder and the packet 7 has been dropped, and it can be retrieved from the server using the source node of the databases. After that, right click on it, destination node and the performance. Click receive and send connect and click refresh and send. The file can be transmitted to the destination and the performance of the source, destination and the intermediate node can be collected. Click on the graph. This graph shows that the performance of the source to destination during the file transmission and the performance mentioned that the intrusion. Then the data can be transmission during the certain performance of the destination and the performance can be increased using the intermediate node and the intrusion can be done in it. This mentioned that the intrusion increasing the performance of the destination related to the destination to make the packet drop during the file transmission. The file can be transmitted related to the performance of the destination and the intermediate node duplicates the performance related to the destination and the file can be transmitted as a original destination of the intermediate node. The data can be transmitted related to the performance. So the this performance shows that the intrusion can be done in the intermediate node for make a packet loss and it can be rectified in it by calculating the performance of the all three nodes from source to destination and also the intermediate nodes. Thank you.